Here with baseball coach Nick Winecke. Coach, just about the midway point of the season right now, things are going pretty well. I know you're one of those that doesn't like to dwell on what's happened in the past, but you are 19-5, a good start to the season. Talk a little bit about what you've seen, especially now that the conference season has kind of kicked into high gear here, and what you're happy with, and maybe some of the things that you still need to improve on.
Yeah, I think overall, just we're about the halfway point of the conference season here. Our conference is so tight. You know, every year it's tough. The teams just keep getting better and better. It's a tough grind every day. So if you got to be prepared to play every single day. I think we've played some pretty good ball in conference season. I don't think we've played our best ball yet. We played a real scrappy Gustavus team last Saturday. They made a lot of big plays, and it was one of those days where everything was just kind of tough a little bit, and we had to earn every little bit that we got. But I think that was a good growing experience for us. I think we made some boo-boos. We didn't have great at-bats, but I think we recover here this week. We've had a nice couple days of practice. We got to keep on rocking and rolling.
You know, I know you're not one of those that likes to single people out. It's a team game, but you do have a couple of offensive players that are really kind of turning some heads, so to speak, and we talk all the time about Ben Berkeley and what he's done in his 2 years here, but a couple of guys that really have had great seasons thus far. Tyler Lurson, not only behind the plate but also at the plate, and then John Schlemmer. Both of those guys have really kind of sparked that middle of your order this year.
Yeah, I think our middle order has been great. I think I think our whole order, our top of the order, has been getting on base. Same with our guys to the bottom third of the order too. So I think you need your whole order to work in a good way, so those guys in the middle of the lineup have some opportunity to drive some runs in. Tyler Lurson, Whitey's been phenomenal. He is big hit after big hit after big hit. And it's great because he worked real hard. So it's great to see him have some success. And then Schlem is Schlem. You know, this is no different than what we've seen out of him out of 4 years. It's kind of what we expect out of him. So we just got to keep rocking and rolling. But like I said, I think the whole lineup's stepped up in a lot of different areas, and we just got to keep on doing that and keep on having productive at-bats.
You know, talk a little bit defensively, because it seems like every year when we talk, we're talking about players who are so versatile that you kind of forget that they're playing different positions this year. David Berry's a great example. He's second baseman last year. He's playing phenomenal shortstop this year. You got Steph over at third. You got Drew Denning, who's now a second baseman. How important is that versatility with some of these guys?
Oh, I think it's critical. I tell our guys all the time, I don't necessarily, when we go out in the recruiting process and when they get here, I just look at them as baseball players. The more things you can do, the more you can help the team, and it's a lot easier for us coaches to be able to get them on the field. You know, I just start with David Berry, played half the games as short as a sophomore, all defensive team as a second baseman last year in the conference. He's been great for us as short. He's a phenomenal player. He's really grown a lot. But I'm excited to see what Drew Denning's done. You know, Drew's been a guy that's been a role guy for us for his first 3 years here, and really come into his own here a little bit. We got a couple injuries right now, so we might be shaking it up a little bit. But I think that's what it's all about. That's what baseball players do. You should be able to play all the positions. I look at our infielders, they're infielders. They're not shortstops, third basemen, second basemen. So it's been kind of a fun week here with not having any games this week. We've been doing some different things. It's our goal to get our best 9 out there. And to me, it has to start with the defensive side. I haven't necessarily been overly pleased with us defensively. And some people are going to look at the numbers and go, wow, I think that's, how can't you be happy? I just think we're capable of more. And we got to keep on striving to get there. So we'll make some adjustments. It's kind of the fun part of coaching, and our guys take it in stride. So.
Talk a little bit, you mentioned it just now, a quirk in the schedule gives you a week off. And in baseball, in April, for a team to have a week off in the season is almost unheard of. Are you able to take advantage of that and maybe get some rest and maybe get some extra BP in? How are you approaching such an odd week?
Yeah, it's a little different. You know, we've gone kind of back-to-back weeks with not having conference games midweek. Not having any non-conference games this week has been a little bit different. You kind of feel lost in some respects because you're used to playing all the time. But it's been good. We've been able to break some things down a little bit. We got a couple JV games coming up. We had one last Sunday, so that's been nice for the guys that haven't had a chance to play a lot of innings to get a chance to play. But for us, we approach it the same thing. Games or no games, we're going to approach the week the same way. We're going to get after it. From a rest standpoint, I think we're perfectly fine. I think everybody's a little banged up at this point in the season. That's just kind of how it is, but I just think that adds to your toughness a little bit. You just got to keep on grinding.
Back in conference action on Saturday, you head up to McAllister, 2 games in St. Paul against the Scots. Good luck, Coach.
Thanks, Donnie.